strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. Stacked with beer cheese, crispy onions, and a soft pretzel bun.
Nice buns, mate.
Boy, who fancy the song?
It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun.
She's the boy of a she's the boy of a...
The pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger, back for a limited time at Wendy's.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your Hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly or start shopping online at yourhometowncchevy.com.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glo Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glo Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glo Fiber. Simply brilliant.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
When your home needs comfort you can count on, turn to the team that's been here from the start. At Affordable Air, you'll meet friendly faces with expert advice, working to keep your system running top-notch or helping you find a new heating and cooling solution that keeps your home comfortable without breaking the bank. Earning your trust every visit, every call, and giving you peace of mind you deserve. Call us today. Affordable Air Heating and Cooling, where affordability meets integrity.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willey Son Trucking. Willey Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willey Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news. Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Sosa's The Dugout is Chillicothe's premier indoor baseball and softball training facility designed to serve local baseball and softball players of all ages. The Dugout is equipped with our fully featured hit tracks, the next-gen data capture and simulation system providing athletes with real-time feedback with the capability of playing in any of the 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. The Dugout has a 70-foot by 12-foot batting and pitching cage, and every user has access to baseball and softball pitching machines, plyo wall and arm strength bands, pitching mounts and softball mats, multiple tees and hitting nets. Wall-to-wall AstroTurf, 285-inch TVs and Bluetooth speakers make the Dugout the place to be for all of our area baseball and softball players, no matter the age. Train year-round, improve your performance, and further develop your skills in a fun and competitive environment at Sosa's The Dugout. Located in the heart of downtown Chillicothe at 185 East Main Street. Visit our website at sosadugout.com to reserve a time today.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
The following is a presentation of Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer.
A crosstown rivalry renewed in Ross County tonight. It's the Chillicothe Cavaliers and the Unioto Shermans going at it in Saturday night non-league action in front of a rather packed house at Unioto High School. It's our Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System. When it comes to your health, think Holzer first. Carson Francis and Shayne Combs joining you tonight. Shayne, we've had a really exciting week of volleyball action, had a great football game last night. We get to cap off our week of coverage with a great one tonight between two teams that are very familiar with each other.
Yeah, no question about it. Should be a lot of fun. Really what sets everything up is the atmospheres that you and I have been able to be a part of when you think of the Thursday night football starting all the way back here at Unioto. We've been out to Zane Trace. We've been down to Guy Academy for some volleyball. Been down to Waverly for volleyball. Last night over Chillicothe, that was electric. And then in here tonight, great move for them to put this on a Saturday night. Student sections are alive. The crowd really starting to fill in here, and this should be really fun.
Yeah, that's something we talked about on our way back from Guy Academy on Thursday, was just how neat the atmosphere was, how much the buy-in to committing to building that atmosphere for the kids was. And by putting this game at home on a Saturday night against and a rivalry game nonetheless, giving the kids a chance to play in front of this environment, it's really special if you're down on the floor.
Well, on a lot of layers, I agree with you. One, just the opportunity to play the rivalry game in the great atmosphere. Kids love that, but it also is great preparation. We're coming up on league play for both of these teams here in the week to come. Both of these teams are considered major factors at the top of their respective standings. And then you look a little further down the road, the tournament, you get into some elite atmospheres, the pressure picks up. You can maybe recall a little bit on an atmosphere like this, and where you're able to get your nerves under control and play in a rivalry game.
And for both of these teams, obviously it's their last game before their respective leagues start competition. What do you think both teams are kind of looking to do to get ready for that upcoming league play by playing this one?
Yeah, I've been really studying these two teams this week. They're both really intriguing. I think for Chillicothe, they're continuing to try to find that secondary offense, particularly in rotations 4, 5, 6, that they know they're going to need as the year goes on. If you're Unioto, you probably feel like you have a little bit of balance across the board. As I turn the film on them, they're still looking for a little bit of an identity. I saw them down at the Root about a month ago, and we said it would take time for them to bring it together. We watched them about a week ago down at Guy Academy. I don't know if that's a fair critique of anybody going up against that juggernaut. And then, now as I turn the film on over Logan Elm South Webster, slowly but surely starting to find a little bit of the rotation, kind of starting to find their identity, who they want to be. And if they can just clean up some things, they're going to have a nice season as well.
And there's a lot of names in this Unioto lineup that we know are capable of going out and making them a contender in the SVC and in Division III in the Southeast District. One of them being the returning honorable mention all-district selection in Kinsley Batson, who you told me before we went on air, just 14 assists away from 1,000 in her career.
Yeah, nice milestone, and honestly, it'll just be the first of many. Obviously, just a junior in the 5-1 attack. Probably, a lock later this year for 1,500. Getting it this early in her junior year still puts 2,000 on the table, especially when you consider some of the talent she's going to have hitting for this year and next. But she's a key factor to the whole puzzle. She quarterbacks it all. I think there's got to be a lot of trust to let her go get the second ball. Watching on film, a lot of times the hitter's a little slow to get off the net, transition. I think that's something I'm going to really watch early tonight to see if the pace of the match picks up, or are the Unioto hitters able to respond to it? Because if they can, very, very talented, Carson. They can put the ball away, but sometimes the pace of the game does not allow Unioto to get on the attack consistently enough, in my opinion.
And you look at the hitters on this Unioto roster. You talked about Batson being just one piece of the puzzle, and a couple other pieces being the hitters that she's been dishing the ball out to. You look at people like Grubbs, Charlotte Dennis, Abigail Watson had a nice game Thursday in that win over Logan Elm. A lot of talented pieces that these Unioto setters have been able to put in position to go put points on the board.
Yeah, no question about it. They can spread it out to 4 or 5 hitters, but I still believe you want to start to get really that chemistry together with some of your top hitters, where they can start to take sets over and get in rhythm. It's just kind of like in basketball, a score kind of getting shots up early and often, you get into the rhythm of the game. So I think Batson will do a good job if the passing's on target to get some of the elite hitters going, and then still mix in the balance and spread it up and down the net.
Now let's take a look over at Chillicothe. They're 1-3 through 4 games on the season, and you see that record, you think that's not an ideal start for a team that's this talented. But then you look at the teams they've been playing. Their 3 losses are to Lancaster, Gahanna Lincoln, who both play at the Division I level, and then the always hard to beat Wheelersburg Pirates. They fell in their most recent contest on Tuesday night. A bit of a rough stretch for the Lady Cavs, but I think you're going to look back when the season's over with, you're going to look back at that stretch to start the season and say, this definitely got them ready for what came later on.
Oh, no question. John Bruce and I, we were on So Overtime just over the last couple of weeks talking about scheduling and some different things. And here's a great volleyball example. You get out early in the year and then you play up and you play some really tough competition. Sometimes you're going to accumulate some losses, but what it does is it shows you that when you do something good, we said this last night in football, when you do something good, then you know that you're good at it. When you have the mistakes, which will come, it kind of exposes you, and that's where a lot of growth comes from. This is a really, really good team. They took a giant step forward last year in terms of that win over Miami Trace to share the FAC title. And Coach Hammond's just trying to push them to another level, and I think that's a little bit of that scheduling up front there.
And we can't talk about this Chillicothe volleyball team without talking about the reigning co-FAC Player of the Year, second team All-Ohio selection in Evelyn Hammond, 18 kills in their most recent match against Wheelersburg.
Yeah, big-time talent, easily one of the top 5 players in our coverage area. I'll let you argue where she would rank in there, but she's easily in that conversation. And she can do a little bit of everything, obviously, across the net, offensively, defensively, can really take those 3 rotations over. And if Chillicothe can find some depth to complement her, they're going to really go next level.
And one of the things that Chillicothe's been struggling with early on is Hammond been a little banged up. She suffered a minor injury in that first game against Amanda Clear Creek. She's been back, been playing since, just kind of trying to monitor her situation a little bit. But again, you come back 18 kills against a team like Wheelersburg. That's always really impressive. A good sign for anybody is you see the Cavaliers retaking the floor, much to the dismay of the Unioto student section over there, kind of similar to what we saw in basketball when we had them here in December. But going back to this game, you look at some of the other names for this Cavaliers team. What other names stick out to you, Shane?
Oh, I think up and down the lineup, they have some nice athletes. I really like Whitty, the senior setter there. I think she does a nice job in a lot of different areas, really athletic. Watching her play some other sports as well. She's been involved in some big games, some big moments, so the atmosphere is not going to bother her. She's going to do a good job of really settling her group down and leading. And then I'm anxious to see some of the steadiness that can be brought. Maybe it's some young kids blending in, like a Stone King, like a McAllister. I think the back row play becomes really, really important. So McAllister becomes a really important piece of the puzzle. And then, you look up and down the net looking for some extra hitters as well. That's what I'm looking to see, who really jumps out at me here this evening.
A very star-studded lineup on both sides tonight. Again, Chillicothe coming off a straight set loss to Wheelersburg on Tuesday night, 25-16, 25-21, 25-18 for Unioto. They're coming off back-to-back wins. Their most recent, a 4-set win against Logan Elma, matchup in which they dropped the first set, rallied back to win the next 3. I think you can say the Shermans, as you were mentioning earlier, kind of finding their identity, learned a lot about themselves in that 4-set win over Logan Elm.
Yeah, trending in the right direction, and I think, again, it's all about finding the consistency. You turn on the film in the last 2 matches, South Webster, Logan Elm, you watch them play some stretches, Carson, where you're like, oh, wow, this is a really good volleyball team. And then you watch them play some other stretches where they get a little sloppy and there's a lot of unforced errors. So I think their ability just to clean up just some areas that allow them to consistently get the ball in the area of Batson, trust her to go get the second ball and get their weapons ready to hit. And I think they're going to be able to get on the attack, and I think that's going to help them defensively in return as well.
Well, before we get into this game, want to take a brief moment to talk about a game that took place in our area early today. We had our eyes on that Gallia Academy Miami Trace matchup, and as expected, Gallia Academy went over to Miami Trace and took care of business. 25-20, 25-18, 25-9, a straight set win for the Blue Angels. They've won their first 5 matches all in straight sets.
Yeah, not a surprise there. Now the 25-9 in the 3rd set, that's pretty impressive because Miami Trace is a good volleyball team.
Absolutely.
But But yeah, I mean, listen, Gallia Academy's locked and loaded. We talked a lot about them on the air here when you and I've had games. John and I have talked about them on overtime. They're really, really complete, and they're going to be a team that's going to continue to push for perfection again this year and go a little further in the postseason. But Miami Trace will be fine. I was impressed with them the other night. Outstanding setter play there as well. That was a great setter matchup, by the way, today with Grayson Clark and Kylie Giesel. Both of those young ladies going to push 3,000 assists here later this year, most likely. So that I'm sure that was fun to watch if you like setter play. But yeah, both of those teams slightly at a different place of the journey, if you will, right now. But they'll both be just fine.
Well, that was a game we kept an eye on. This is a game we've been keeping our eye on for a long time, and now we finally get to see it play out. Chillicothe and Unioto getting set to do battle in the latest chapter of this rivalry. We'll step aside, come back for player introductions, and first serve between the Cavaliers and the Shermans. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball and our Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm James.
We want to thank you for continuing to make the Root Sports and Fitness Center your headquarters for youth sports in Southern Ohio.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
And now for tonight's lineups. First for the Lady Cavaliers, number 1, Campbell McAllister. Number 2, Brayden Schmidt. Number 3, Josie Huddleston. Number 4, Kiara Blankenship. Number 5, Kendall Stoneking. Number 6, Isabella Cantor. Number 7, Willow Weaver. Number 8, Julia McNeil. Number 9, Aubrey Bowles. Number 10, Evelyn Hammond. Number 11, Marissa Steitler. Number 12, Emma Whalen. Number 14, Sydney Wade. And number 15, Isabella Witt. The Cavaliers are coached by Leslie Hammond. And now for our Lady Shermans. Number 1, Jordan Stark. Number 2, Corey Groves. Number 3, Charlotte Bunch. Number 4, Kylie Tucker. Number 5, Libby Anderson. Number 6, Kinsley Batson. Number 7, Kelty Kepler. Number 8, Emma Spetnagel. Number 9, Avery Atkins. Number 10, Abigail Watson. Number 11, Lily England. Number 12, Kaylee Siebel. Number 13, Kara Spetnagel. Number 14, Erica Bean. And the Shermans are coached by Gavin Patterson.
an exciting atmosphere for what should be an exciting game. Shayne, I can't tell you if I've ever been to a volleyball game where both schools have their student sections. Makes for a pretty fun game to sit in the gym and take in all the action.
Well, that's what's fun about the nearby rivalry, and you get it here on a Saturday night. You know what happens in the fall a lot of times for the away team, Carson, is you get your football practices, your soccer practice, you have games going on, people are out golfing, the cross-country run. The Saturday night kind of frees everybody up to come, and you get a real unique atmosphere for the sport of volleyball, and you know I love that.
Unioto student section out in full force. Chillicothe brought a nice dosage of their student body as well. Chillicothe wearing their blackout alternates, might be trying to replicate the success of the football team that got a big win in black last night.
Yeah, certainly worked out for them. And yeah, we talked about in the pregame matchup, you see the one in blue there, the libero, Campbell McAllister, really, really important in terms of getting it all started with a great pass. She'll anchor their passing game, and that'll be something really important, serve receive, to watch, see if Unioto tries to stay away from him.
Libby Anderson to serve it away for Unioto. This crosstown rivalry is underway. And right away, the overpass, Hammond, the set back to Hammond, tooling the block. And the first points of the night go to the Cavaliers. Evelyn Hammond goes up with some extra force.
Yeah, certainly don't want to waste any time getting her involved. Unioto kept the first one off the floor. You go right back to her, and she delivers.
Sydney Wade to serve for the Cavaliers, and just a little over the back line. Service error, point to Unioto. Chillicothe trying to answer. Hammond on the free ball. Now Batson dumps it over, dug up by Wade. Whitty, the set for Hammond again. Nice dig in the back by Adkins. A free ball from Corey Grubbs. Whitty will set it up again for Hammond. Hammond just missing.
Right idea there. Maybe tried to do a little too much with it down the line, and both teams just trying to settle in. Serve and serve receive in these atmospheres. Sometimes the first six right there, you've already watched it on both sides here, Carson. Sometimes just getting the heart rate under control your first time through can lead to those errors.
Kylie Puckett missing on the serve, checking in for the Cavaliers, the sophomore Emma Whalen. Corey Grubbs gets it over the net, and on the free ball, finds a spot for the Unioto point.
Yeah, that shows you a little bit of that athleticism we've been highlighting in our preseason coverage and into the early season. Sophomore Corey Grubbs, well off the net there, still making something out of very little and delivering the kill.
Kinsley Batson the serve for the Shermans. Whitty the set, Hammond soft touch over, dug up by Puckett. Now on the far side, Unioto connecting for a kill. That's the freshman Kara Spetnagel going opposite way.
It's the balance we talked about. Batson will have a lot of options to spread it up and down the net.
4-2 Shermans. Batson to serve again. Free ball from Isabella Whitty. Batson the set, Watson down the middle. Say it was off the net, and Watson the last to touch.
You had a nice look at it there. Again, just getting settled in.
Evelyn Hammond lines up to serve for Chillicothe. Trying to go to the opposite corner, but missing wide. Another service error against the Cavaliers.
Yeah, a couple already, one with the hitting error. And again, sometimes early in these matches, the best way to settle in is just be real efficient. And then as the match goes on, you'll start to see them turn it loose a little bit.
Erica Beam serves it for the Shermans. Now Hammond fires from the back, dug up by Puckett. Now a battle at the net, free ball Puckett. Now Whitty the set, Kendall Stone King fires and connects. The junior Kendall Stone King did not record a kill in that Wheelersburg game. Gets a big one early.
Nice swing there from the sophomore. Good set from Whitty. Went with the jump set to get a little pace to it.
Well, Whitty, the senior, to serve, lost it over. Batson sets one up near side. Libby Anderson dug up by Hammond. And now on the attack, Stone King just couldn't connect.
Yeah, really important rotations here as Hammond goes across the back row for Chillicothe.
Ketley Kepler to serve. Well, Hammond on the attack, lost it over. Nice play by Grubbs to keep it alive, but Unioto can't send it back.
Yeah, nice ability to use her in the back row. The pass was a little off target. And that's the composure of Whitty I talked about in the pre-match coverage. Knew exactly where she wanted to go.
Campbell McAllister serves it for the Lady Cavs. Near side, Charlotte Dennis blocked, and Chillicothe has no answer. Charlotte Dennis uses her size at the net, throws it down for the kill.
I really like how the Unioto hitters so far have been ready to hit. You trust that Batson's going to go get that second ball and get out there and get ready to swing.
Kara Spetnagel, the server now for Unioto. There's Wade down the middle, can't get it over.
Thought she had the right idea. Carson ended up seeing the hole there, just couldn't quite execute to get it there.
8-5 Sherman, Spetnagel to serve again. And this ball out of play. It's a service ace for the freshman.
Yeah, nice start here for the Unioto rookie. That ball had a little late life. Ended up eating up the serve receive at Chillicothe a little bit.
Spetnagel lost it over again. There's Whitty the set. Stone King near side block. Charlotte Dennis having a party at the net. Timeout Chillicothe. As Unioto out to an early 10-5 lead in the first set. Sherman's playing with all the energy right now.
Well, and they're getting production from a lot of different people. When volleyball is one of those sports, Carson, I think that's all sports are like this, but volleyball, when you really get role specific and kids start to be able to shine in their specific thing they bring to the table, man, you can really start to get in good rhythm. So far, you've watched about 3 different Unioto girls get a swing. You see them active at the net, blocking. Had the ace from Spetnagel. A pretty good back row play, keeping the ball off the floor, and as a result, out to a 10-5 advantage.
I know it's early, but what would you like to see Chillicothe do coming out of this timeout?
Well, they got a serve receive on target, but again, we talked about it, these 3 rotations where Hammond goes across the back row. Those are situations where they're going to have to really find some balance and compete. And then when she comes back to the front row, that's where you'll really have your advantage and be able to go.
Unioto out to an early 10-5 lead here in the opening set. Spetnagel serving again. Whitty sets one up down the middle, goes Wade, and Wade connecting. That's just what Chillicothe needed to get service back on their side.
When it all started with McAllister on a good serve receive, right on target to Whitty, and then she was able to set up her middle there. Wade delivered a nice spot.
Now Kendall Stone King serves it for Chillicothe. Ball into the rafters track, dug up, Batson to Dennis. Dennis just missing into that back corner.
Yeah, not by much. I'm okay with that, because again, let Batson get off that net and go get that and still get ready to hit. I like that swing for Dennis.
Stone King lost one over, missing in the back row. I feel like early on the serve has been a killer for Chillicothe so far.
Yeah, 3 service errors on the Chillicothe side. Just got to settle into the atmosphere a little bit.
Anderson, the server for Unioto. Wade sets one up for Hammond. Soft touch dug up by Adkins. And on the near side, Corey Grubbs goes up, tools the block, and tacks on a point for the Shermans.
Yeah, I love that angle for her. It's so difficult for the block to get set on the proper angle. She's really, really good when she gets out there wide and gets that angle like she had on that attack.
Anderson, the line drive serve. Wade sets one up. Kira Blankenship down the middle. and misses. Initially thought there might have been a Unioto touch. Our lines judge here rules no touch. Point to the Shermans.
I think it was just a half-second late and just didn't quite get on top of it, so long.
McAllister, Hammond, the free ball. Now Batson to say, here's Dennis down the middle, blocked, recovered by Batson, but Unioto has nothing after.
Great play there in the middle. I got blocked out there. I couldn't see if that was Blankenship or Hammond was involved in that, but great job defensively.
Gavin Patterson, the head coach of the Shermans, having a chat with our far sidelines judge.
He thought Hammond took the first ball between McAllister and Hammond. He thought the same player touched it back-to-back times.
A 13-8 Unioto. Here's Sidney Wade, the junior, to serve for Chillicothe. Here's Batson, sets one up to Dennis, far side. Dennis puts it into the net.
Good low serve receive there from the libero, Puckett.
Chillicothe trying to rally back. Line drive serve from Wade. Batson sets one up. Dennis will try again, and this time Charlotte Dennis able to connect. Fire off the hands of Charlotte Dennis.
Good serve receive from Atkins. I like that Batson went right back to her. I think the previous one, the pace caught Dennis off guard in her approach. That time, much better rhythm.
Team leads 16 kills in the win over Logan Elm for Charlotte Dennis. Here's Whitty setting one up for Hammond, and Hammond answers right back with a kill of her own.
Yeah, not much you're going to do with those. Certainly got to get a block up there and give her something to look at it, but Chillicothe goes in that type of rhythm with her hitting out of that strong side. That's usually going to be a recipe for Chillicothe's success.
Coming into the game, Evelyn Hammond, 52 kills to lead the team. Kiera Blankenship serves it for the Cavaliers. Batson down the middle to Grubbs. Now Hammond, soft touch over Unioto, trying to answer. Grubbs on the free ball, dug up by Huddleston. Now Whalen gets it over for Chillicothe. Near side, Grubbs, a soft touch, dug up by Wade. The set for Hammond, launches it, and she connects off the ricochet off of Atkins.
Yeah, nice swing there. Some decent defensive opportunities, but really thought Unioto missed one or two chances to really swing.
Blankenship the serve again. Batson dumps it over, dug up Whalen. Now Whitty the set for Hammond. Nice play by Puckett to keep it alive. Now the free ball, Emma Spetnagel. Whitty gets it over. Batson to Grubbs. Grubbs near side, misses. And they're gonna say it was a Chillicothe touch, and point goes to Unioto.
Line judge back here had it right away. Tough for us to tell from where we're sitting, but nonetheless, big call makes it 15-11 instead of 14-12.
Kinsley Batson lost it over for Unioto. Whitty to Hammond near side, and Hammond says, ball don't lie.
Well, and then what happens there is she's hitting out of that right side, that weak side, Carson, on the first ball over. Unioto's got to be aware of that. Again, she's obviously really elite, but you got to get something up there and give her something to look at.
Batson sets one up at the net. Here's Watson down the middle, dug up by Wade. Now Stone King gets it over. Batson sets one up. Spetnagel near side. McAllister the dig. Now Wade to Stone King far side. Stone King can't connect. Chillicothe being aggressive at the net. Just a few mishaps here and there has them trailing.
Yeah, some of those aggressive mistakes you don't mind. You know, just missing your spot just by about the width of the ball, but you just got to stay aggressive.
Here's Hammond firing from the back, got a piece of the net and out of bounds.
Yeah, just didn't quite set the angle there. Thought she had a little bit more room to her right. (17-12) Unioto. Erica Beam, the server.
Whitty gets it over with one hand. Batson, the set, Spetnagel, the soft touch, dug up McAllister. Chillicothe will try again. There's Whalen down the middle, dug up in the back row by Batson. Free ball, Anderson. Whitty the set, Stone King blocked, kept alive. Free ball, Spetnagel again. Stone King on the far side, nice play by Batson to keep it alive. Anderson the free ball, Wade again the dig. I'll try again, Whalen down the middle. Here's Anderson going far side. Wade soft touch on the free ball, blocked and thrown down by Abigail Watson to complete the long volley.
Yep. Good defense on both sides. Neither side really able to get on a big-time attack, but pretty good volleyball, pretty clean back and forth, and Watson finishes it off with a nice defensive effort.
Beam again to serve. Whitty sets one up, Stone King, and an overpass off the hands of Puckett. Chillicothe will try again, Whalen down the middle, and she connects. Emma Whalen, the sophomore, connecting for the kill.
Yeah, back within 5. Opportunity here for Chillicothe. Need something in the service game to spark him here a little bit.
The senior Isabella Whitty sends it over for Chillicothe. Batson the set. Here's Watson down the middle, blocked but out of bounds. Abigail Watson getting in on the party at the net.
Yeah, so important to get some offense out of that middle spot there. Watson, known as a really good defender, usually an efficient attacker, just needs to get a few more opportunities.
Kelly Kepler, the serve for the Shermans. Chillicothe a little out of system. McAllister on the free ball. Batson sets one up for Dennis down the middle. McAllister the dig. And no response from the Cavaliers. The nice dig, a nice set. Nobody came up with the kill.
Yeah, nice job of just Unioto defensively getting reestablished and getting a pass on target to be able to go.
Kepler line drive serve at the net, and that's going to go as a service ace for Kelly Kepler.
Yeah, nice job. Anderson reading that, staying out of the net when she went up.
Kepler, 2 service aces in the win over Logan Elm. And she's got back-to-back right here in the opening set. Kelly Kepler, the senior, on fire at the service line.
Yeah, 3 now for Unioto in the opening set, 2 here from Kepler, and that's what we're talking about. You get late in these sets, sometimes it's just one hot server, start to hit some spots, break it open.
Kepler the serve again. There's Wade on the free ball. Batson, the set, far side, Spetnagel dug up by Julia McNeil, and Charlotte Dennis takes advantage of the overpass. Slams it down. Unioto 2 points away from taking a set 1 victory.
Yeah, so long and athletic, good read there, good timing.
Kepler to serve it again. Whitty sets one up to Wade, far side, Wade into the net. And a Unioto point, set point awaiting the Shermans.
Couldn't tell if Dennis got a piece of that. They put 4 up there, so I think they just thought it was in the net.
24-13, Kepler the set and the ace. And that will wrap up set number 1. 25-13, Unioto takes the first set over Chillicothe in this non-league showdown. We'll step aside, come back for set number 2 here at Unioto. You're watching the Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. Stacked with beer cheese, crispy onions, and a soft pretzel bun.
Nice buns, mate.
Boy, who fancy the song?
It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun.
She's the bar of city, she's the boy of
The pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger, back for a limited time at Wendy's.
Back here at Unioto High School for this non-league volleyball showdown between Unioto and Chillicothe, our Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System. When it comes to your health, think Holzer first. Unioto cruised to a first set win over Chillicothe, 25-13. Shayne, what impressed you about that first set from the Shermans?
Well, the two things I really like is I thought Batson was in good rhythm with her top two hitters. Dennis and Grubbs off to a nice start. You get them going early. They're going to play with confidence and lead you offensively. Even Dennis and Watson and some kids at the net there playing well defensively. And then you got to go to the service game. They're 4 aces in the set, 3 for Kepler there on the run that ended it and ended up breaking it open. Carson, it was going to be a 14-12 lead. Remember, the call was turned to go 15-11, and I thought that momentum really sparked Unioto. They started to run with it. They started to open it up a little bit, and then once Kepler got back to the line, she kind of put things away from there.
A run that saw 3 service aces from Kepler to close out the opening set. If you're Chillicothe, how do you respond after a 12-point loss in the first set?
Well, you just reset. You got to get solid in the serve receive. When Hammond's across the front row, you've got some advantages there. She got off to a nice start. She had 5 kills. And when she goes across the back row, I'll tell you what, I kind of like some of the swings from Stone King there. I know a couple sailed long on her. I'd like to see the sophomore, now that she maybe settles in a little bit more, stay aggressive there. Maybe they can get her going, and maybe that could be a little bit of that balance that Chillicothe is looking for in the offensive game.
It's definitely a set that saw Unioto win a lot of battles at the net with the hitters and the hitting ability of Dennis, Grubbs, and Watson up in that front row.
Here's another area, Carson, in the Chillicothe service game. They had 3 service errors in about the first, probably 10 points of that set. And we'll see if they can pick their serving game up a little bit.
Josie Huddleston sends it away to get the second set started. Dennis with 2 hands on the free ball, dug up McAllister. Now here's Hammond on the far side, off the block and down. Evelyn Hammond gets the second set started for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, and again, these are the 3 rotations that Chillicothe's really got to shine. If they can get a server hot and get Hammond going in the front row, they can play out in front.
Grubbs having to track it down. Free ball from Dennis. Hammond the dig. Whitty sets one up back to Hammond. Lofts it over. Nice play by Grubbs to keep it alive. Free ball, Libby Anderson. Anderson puts it down for the kill.
Well, I mean, you certainly take it if you're Chillicothe. That can't happen, obviously, at the varsity level. Someone's got to come in there and get that ball popped up to the setter.
Anderson sends it away now for the Shermans. Overpass blocked by Wade. Dennis tried to go up and dump down the overpass. Sydney Wade said not this time.
Yeah, nice job going with 2 hands. I think Unioto hit, I believe it was Dennis there, thought she had more of an open net, went with the 1-hand swing.
Now Wade will serve after the kill. Here's Dennis again on the far side, and that time it works out. Dennis racing up to the net. Just a nice soft touch to put it down for the kill.
Yeah, really nice serve receive there for Atkins. Allow them to get in that quick action.
Isabella Whitty sets one up to Hammond. Hammond fires it in, dug up by Puckett. Now the free ball from Adkins. Woody, the set. Here's Hammond with authority. Evelyn Hammond.
Good job from Puckett to keep the first one off the floor, but Chillicothe goes right back at it quick. Whitty puts it out there again, and the second time is the charm on that particular possession.
Yarrow Blankenship, the server for the Cavaliers. Batson, the set. Here's Grubbs near side. Grubbs just missing. A little too much air on the attack from Corey Grubbs.
Good communication from the Chillicothe bench there and a couple of her teammates.
4-2 Chillicothe. Blankenship the serve again. Batson the set. Here's Grubbs denied, but kept alive by Adkins. Grubbs will try again, kept alive by Wade. Hammond on the attack. Hammond out of play, and Hammond with another kill.
Nice effort there. Chillicothe just keep ball off the floor. And again, you can see it in their body language here, off to just a little bit of a better start. And that's what I talked about here. They have the advantage in these first three rotations. They got to start fast.
Batson sets one up at the net for Watson. Two Cavaliers had to make a play on it, and they cannot keep the volley going. Abigail Watson slams it home.
Yeah, and again, that's where Unioto can be a little deeper throughout the year. They'll still have some middle opportunity, and then obviously on the outside, they're going to be able to come at different spots than maybe a year ago.
Whitty sets one up to Hammond near side this time, kept alive Spetnagel. Into the rafters, track down Puckett, free ball Batson. Now Whitty the set, free ball Whalen. Batson at the net to Watson, who's blocked. As Whalen and Hammond both got up there, Watson put it into the net.
That's one of those you don't know if she statistically got the block or not, but you know her presence at the net had to impact it a little bit.
Hammond sends it away for Chillicothe. Batson at the net. Watson tips it over. Away the set. Whitty launches, and a violation against Unioto.
Nice start here for Chillicothe here, playing with a little bit more energy, a little bit more confidence.
Hammond lines up and serves. Batson sets one up near side. Spetnagel off the block and out of bounds for the Unioto point.
Yeah, nice job there. Spetnagel gets outside. I like the balance I see from Unioto so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Lady Shermans already in the kill column.
7-4 Chillicothe. Erica Beam goes to the service line for the Shermans. And Beam just a little off.
Yeah, just a little deep, but again, some of the kids coming off the bench for Unioto trying to look for the spark in the service game. Saw it with Kepler in the first set.
Whitty the serve for the Cavaliers. Batson to Watson down the middle, blocked, kept alive. Anderson tracking it down but can't get it over. Whalen and Wade show off their presence at the net.
Yeah, really good job getting the hands out over the net, staying out of the net. Good technique.
Lady Cavs extend the lead to 5. Here's a serve, a lofty serve from Whitty. It drops for a service ace. Doesn't matter how you get it, you'll take it. And the Shermans are going to burn a timeout here as they trail Chillicothe 10-4 in this second set. Shayne, I think you hit the nail right on the head. Chillicothe playing with all the more energy than they did in that first set.
Well, they have such a weapon there in those first 3 rotations with Hammond. You got to have some urgency. You got to start the set with the goal of playing out in front by multiple scores. When they were able to do that, now all of a sudden it picks your confidence up a little bit. I like how their service game started to pick up. You see Whitty change of pace there, a little bit of a short floater finds a hole. It's amazing in volleyball set to set how Lady Mo starts to flip back and forth. Unioto had it with the service game of Kepler there at the end of that first set. Now all Chillicothe up 10-4 in the second.
Like what I'm seeing from the front line, these hitters for the Cavaliers. Thought Wade's had a nice game. Blocking-wise, obviously, Evelyn Hammond doing her thing. Just been a lot of players getting involved in this Chillicothe attack.
Yeah, way more present at the net defensively here for Chillicothe in the second set, for sure.
Cavaliers up 10-4. Here's a free ball from Libby Anderson. Whitty the set for Kendall Stone King, lofts it over, dug up by Batson. Our Spetnagel on the attack, a little too much air under it. Lead grows to 7 for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, nice little roll shot from Stone King there, and then what it did was went out the setter and got Unioto out of rhythm.
Whitty still at the service line. Ball off the rafters, kept alive. Anderson free ball dug up by Whitty. Hammond the set for Stone King. Nice effort by Puckett for the dig. Here's Anderson just getting it in that back row is Libby Anderson, and puts Unioto back at the service line.
Yeah, what a great play from Puckett there to keep that ball alive, and then they go outside, and Anderson sees the hole in the back corner and hits it.
Puckett 19 digs on Thursday, the 4-set win over Logan Elm. Here's Wade on the far side. Wade gets it to go.
Been impressed with 3 or 4 different things Wade can do to stuff the stat sheet. Off to a solid start here, playing really well here in the second set.
Campbell McAllister back there to serve for Chillicothe. Batson tracking. There's Dennis, the runner. Now Whitty sets one up. Here's Wade near side. Wade dug up by Grubbs, and Unioto can't respond to the kill from Sydney Wade.
Yeah, great response here from Chillicothe. That's what you love in these rivalry games. You know, it's going to bring out the best in both teams.
McAllister serves it again. Batson tracking. Sets one up for Spetnagel. Nice play by Hammond. A free ball from Stone King. Batson sets it up and she's falling down. And Kara Spetnagel puts it in the net. Good effort from the Shermans. Just all to no avail.
Yeah, and that's you know, the right idea, playing short, playing fast. But that's what we're talking about in the pre-match coverage. Unioto's still trying to get comfortable in their transition off the net to get ready to go on offense.
Batson sets one up to Dennis near side. Dennis didn't miss by much, but just misses. Put Chillicothe up by 10. Timeout, Unioto. And with that, we will quickly take it with them. 15-5, Cavaliers in front. You're watching the Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Back here inside Unioto High School, you can get a little listen at the student sections going back and forth. One of the nice things about, as we mentioned in the pregame, this being a Saturday night game makes a lot more time for the students to get out and support their schools.
Oh, no question about it. I mean, again, we talked about it. If you're just joining us, not going to see very many volleyball atmospheres like this. This crowd's electric.
15-5, Chillicothe in front here in the second set. McAllister sends it away. Kinsley Batson the set for Charlotte Dennis, and this time Dennis finds a spot in that back row. Unioto stops the bleeding.
Yeah, nice job out of the timeout to execute. Batson getting closer and closer to that 1,000.
Kara Spetnagel sends it away. A little too much air under the serve. And gives it right back to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, those unforced errors just kind of kill the momentum. And if you're Chillicothe, you want to really finish this off and see if you can't ride some of this into the third set.
Kendall Stone King fires it right into the net, and back and forth we go.
I see a lot in Stone King's game that I like here in her sophomore year. It's early. We talked about the atmosphere. Just the more reps she gets, I think she's really going to give them something.
Hammond sets one up, free ball from McAllister. That's in the set over the middle. Dennis, the soft touch, and Dennis uses her height, wins the battle at the net for a Unioto kill.
Yeah, so athletic, the good vision there to recognize. Very well could have been called out from behind from her back row as well, but certainly wide open.
Anderson sends it right back into the net.
Unioto certainly not as efficient here in this second set, and that's kind of aided Chillicothe in some of the run as well.
Sydney Wade, the serve for Chillicothe. Batson tracking, sets it up. Here's Grubbs on the near side. Free ball from Hammond opposite way. Batson will try again. Dennis, nice dig by Wade. Now Hammond on the free ball. Batson to Grubbs. Grubbs going opposite side. And they're gonna say it was a Chillicothe touch. That ball landed out of bounds on that backside. But they rule it a touch on Chillicothe, gives the point to the Shermans.
Yeah, line judge on it right away. I think it was a pretty good call from where I could tell the ball changing in flight there a little bit.
Whitty sets one up to Hammond. Hammond answers right back through the block. Chillicothe doubling up Unioto right now, 18-9.
Better job at least getting a block up there, but Hammond just, when she gets that highest contact, just goes right over top of the block.
Carol Blankenship serves it for the Cavaliers. There's Watson on the runner. Watson cashes in. And with that assist, Kinsley Batson is the newest member of Unioto's 1,000 assist club. We'll let the crowd do the chatting. An outstanding achievement for an outstanding athlete, Kinsley Batson. 1,000 career assists for this Unioto program.
Yeah, it's awesome to see it come on a neat action there. They go to the slide, and Batson in their middle, Watson right on the same page. And as I said in the pre-match coverage, just the first of other milestones to come this early in her junior year, playing in the 5-1 offense. 1,500 certainly going to be down the road. Don't rule out 2,000.
First team All-SVC, honorable mention, All-District last season for Kinsley Batson. Whitty sets one up. Here's Hammond. Hammond sends it into the Unioto student section. Evelyn Hammond going up strong.
Great change of pace on that first ball over when she's coming out of that right side. Even when teams are aware of it, just from the block standpoint, there's just not a whole lot you can do with her, especially when she gets on that wide angle.
Hammond will go back to the service line, 19-10 Cavaliers.
Carson, I had that unofficially as her 10th kill already.
He sends it over, just clearing the net. Here's Watson, the two-hander. Wade sets it up here. Stone King blocked, kept alive momentarily. Grubbs the free ball, can't get it over. Great effort by Unioto, but Chillicothe wins the battle.
Yeah, I like how Chillicothe hasn't let up here. When they played out in front, they really kind of kept the pedal down and continued to play with some urgency.
Hammond, a line drive serve for the ace. 21-10 Chillicothe. Hammond will try again. Overpass. just landing on Chillicothe's side. It was a close one.
Yeah, just I expected out of the middle there to be a play at the net. Came off the net there, and it just falls in.
Whalen tried to go up for Chillicothe, dump it down with two hands, just misread it just a little bit. Here's Erica Bean to send it away for Unioto. Whitty to Stone King, far side. Stone King just connecting near side.
Yeah, nice swing. See a cross-court hole there and able to hit it. That's what I was saying earlier. Just want to see her continue to stay aggressive. I think everything else will take care of itself.
Whitty lost it over. And that's going to go as a service ace for Isabella Whitty. Unioto had the initial receive, but nothing more.
Yeah, Whitty's been real clever with some of her serves, been able to change pace, kind of like a fastball changeup sometimes in baseball. She's mixing it in there a little bit here in the service game.
There's a free ball from Spetnagel, dug up McAllister. Wade, the set, Stone King throws it down. Set point awaiting the Lady Cavs.
And I think you're starting to see a little bit what I was talking about earlier. This young lady could be a real breakout star. I've been real impressed with her, and set point for the Cavs.
Whitty tosses it over. Batson, the set to Watson, the soft touch. What a play by Wade for the dig. Stone King, the free ball into the net. Great effort by Sydney Wade, but the attacking error keeps the set going.
Carson, earlier there I said baseball analogy. Chillicothe may not like that. Isabella Willey might want me to make a softball reference instead. I know we had them earlier last spring.
McAllister overpass, and Dennis makes the Cavaliers pay. Down to set point. Unioto not going down quietly. Kepler, the serve for Unioto, misses, and that will wrap up set number 2. Chillicothe answers right back and evens things up at one set apiece. 25-13, the Cavaliers take set number 2. We'll step aside really quickly, come back for set number 3 from Unioto. You're watching the Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
When your home needs comfort you can count on, turn to the team that's been here from the start. At Affordable Air, you'll meet friendly faces with expert advice, working to keep your system running top-notch or helping you find a new heating and cooling solution that keeps your home comfortable without breaking the bank. Earning your trust every visit, every call, and giving you peace of mind you deserve. Call us today. Affordable Air Heating and Cooling, where affordability meets integrity.
Back here at Unioto High School, our Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week has Chillicothe and Unioto tied at one set apiece. After a 12-point loss in the first set, Chillicothe responds with a 12-point set victory in set number 2 to even things up. Shayne, your thoughts on how the Cavaliers responded?
Well, I thought they just checked every box that we were hoping they could there in our pre-match coverage. You think about it, they got off to the good start, winning those first 3 rotations by multiple scores. So that starts to put you in a better frame of mind, using Hammond as a weapon there. And then the confidence of the entire group comes up. They start to serve it better. They serve receive it better. We talked about needing an extra offensive weapon. Stone King starts to break out there and gives them just a little bit more. I thought Wade played well in some spurts there. You start to get some aces from Whitty in the service game. So all of that equal, just the energy picked up, and I thought they just kind of had their way right from the get-go to even things up 1-1.
And what we saw was a complete momentum swing for Chillicothe. Now going into this third set, tied at 1 set apiece. How does Chillicothe keep it on their side?
Well, again, I think it's the same formula. Pay close attention to the first 4 to 5 serves, and can Chillicothe play out in front? I think sometimes teams lose their focus from set to set, and they come out and you'll see something sloppy in the first 3-4 serves, and I just don't think Chillicothe can give these important rotation spots up. Really, really important. As Hammond's coming across there, that you maximize every opportunity. You play out in front in any sport, Carson. I think you'd agree with that. I don't care what the sport is, right? You get off to a good start, you're just going to feel better about what you're doing.
Again, Unioto took the first set. Chillicothe taking the second. Libby Anderson sends it away to start set number 3. There's Hammond on the far side going up with the attack. Dug up Adkins. Now Grubbs on the near side off the block. I'm going to say Chillicothe got a piece of the net.
Yeah, Grubb on the attack there, and good defensive effort for Unioto to get a piece of that and keep it in play. Just the ability to get a block up helps that back row so much.
There's Wade setting one up for Hammond. Hammond fires one in there. Puckett receiving that vicious attack, and nothing else for the Shermans.
Yeah, Puckett trying to square it up and keep it there, but that's the difference of what I'm talking about, Carson, a second ago. If the block can get up there, funnel that a little bit, maybe get a touch, slows it down just a little bit.
Sidney Wade, the serve for Chillicothe. Datsun sets one up at the net for Grubbs. It's blocked but kept alive. Dennis will try again. Dennis fires it in there for a kill.
Yeah, great attack for Unioto. That's an area they've struggled on in the early part of the year. They go on the one attack, the ball comes back quick. They hadn't been transitioning. That time, Batson had a hitter ready on the backside, ready to go.
A lofty serve from Puckett, dumped down by Whitty. Now on the attack was Batson, but into the net.
Again, Unioto off to the 2-2 start here. I feel like if they play even through the first 3 rotations, it gives them a big opportunity for them to play out in front.
Blankenship just clearing the net. Batson sets one up. Watson, the free ball dug up by Wade. There's Hammond on the runner. Batson, the set, Grubbs near side, tooling the block to give Unioto the lead.
Yeah, nice attack on the outside, and as you said, towing the block. Grubbs now with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kills.
Batson sends it away. Woody sets one up. Hammond near side, going up with one hand, and sending it down is Evelyn Hammond.
Not always how you draw it up, but sometimes you just have to adjust and play the ball, and uses the offhand and does a good job staying out of the net.
Hammond now at the service line for Chillicothe. Nice recovery from Batson. Free ball from Grubbs. Now Wade sets one up. Whitty at the net. Whitty, oh wow, kept alive by the Shermans. Here's Stone King answering right back. Going opposite way for the kill.
Yeah, good aggressive swing. Chillicothe got a little sloppy in the ball handling there for a minute, got away with it, able to get the possession of the ball back, and then go quick on the action. The outside Stone King starting to settle into the match.
Hammond a line drive serve. Batson sets one up. Watson down the middle, dug up by McAllister. Now Wade to Whitty near side. Puckett the dig. Free ball Spetnagel. Wade two-hand dump. Puckett sets one up. Free ball Spetnagel again. Wade to Stone King far side. Great effort by Spetnagel. And here's Grubbs on the far side. Throws it into the net.
Pretty good effort both sides there. Just, you know, ends in the air, but Chillicothe having some success with some tough serves. Unioto's got to be able to clean the serve receive up.
5-3 Lady Cavs. Hammond lofts it over. Batson. The set. Spetnagel down the middle. Wade sets one up for Whitty. Now Grubbs with one hand, the soft touch.
Great set.
Corey Grubbs elevates from the far side.
Athleticism of Grubbs finish it off. That was an outstanding setter play there. Had the block off balance. Had the strength in the hands to get that ball the way back there to her opposite side.
Erica Beam, the server for the Shermans. Chillicothe out of system. Hammond says that's not going to matter.
Out of system, that's not a bad option to go to.
Evelyn Hammond been very, you know, to say the least, reliable all year for Chillicothe. Shows why right there. Get out of system. Just go to your second team All-Ohio selection from last year. She'll get the job done.
13 now unofficially on the evening.
Isabella Whitty back at the service line. Batson sets one up to Spetnagel, far side, McAllister the dig. Now Stone King, far side off the block, Puckett saves it. Stone King dumped down the overpass, now a free ball. Anderson dug up by Stone King. Whitty the set, Wade fires, Grubbs the dig. There's Anderson near side, Anderson connects.
Pretty good volleyball on both sides there, and then Anderson well off the net there, able to get up and put a good swing. That ball had a little late dive to it.
Some great defensive efforts on both sides. Results in a Unioto point. Ketley Kepler the serve for Unioto. Whitty the set, Stone King down the middle, blocked, recovered by McAllister. Now Wade will try far side, dug up Anderson. There's Spetnagel far side. Now Wade the set, free ball Hammond. Kepler throws it up, Anderson again. Knocks it through the Chillicothe block. We're all tied at 6.
Fourth kill of the evening for Anderson, and as always, when you're tied 1-1, obviously stating the obvious that the set number 3 becomes really, really important. Let's see if someone can gain some momentum here and play out in front.
Kepler just missing on the serve. A little too long. Campbell McAllister. The junior will serve it away for Chillicothe. Batson sets one up at the net. Pushing it over is Kara Spetnagel. Good court vision from Spetnagel, seeing nobody was in that back corner. Sends it right there.
Yeah, nice read there. I think Unioto originally wanted a little interference. Batson did a good job going up, keeping the ball on her side.
Now Spetnagel the serve. Whitty sets one up here. Stone King near side, slams it home. Kendall Stone King with authority.
Yeah, great swing coming out of that right side. Block didn't recognize it. Block was late.
Kendall Stone King, another member of the Chillicothe softball program as well, a terrific two-sport athlete. As that serve a little long from Josie Huddleston, missing to tie us back up at 8.
That's what I was saying earlier, Carson. You and I really enjoyed our softball opportunity last spring.
Anderson the serve. As Wade the set here, a Blankenship down the middle, off the block and down.
Like how Blankenship went to her setter, kind of was able to move the block, and as a result, the block was about a half count late. Ended up getting her a little quicker open net.
Sydney Wade now the server for the Cavaliers. Batson trying to tip it over, kept alive by Puckett. Now Grubbs will try again. Free ball from McAllister. Adkins the dig. Here's a set for Dennis down the middle, kept alive. Batson will try again. Here's Grubbs, this time a little too long. And they're gonna say it was a Chillicothe touch.
Again, good sequence of volleyball both ways there. Had some great defense there in the back row.
Knotted up at 9, Puckett the serve. Whitty the set, here's Hammond on the runner, dug up by Emma Spetnagel. Now Grubbs the touch. Whitty the set to Hammond, the soft touch, and lofting it over for the point is Evelyn Hammond.
Yeah, all she could really do with it, had to go to the roll shot. She used her court vision and was able to put it in a nice spot.
Blankenship the serve for Chillicothe. Grubbs from the back. Wade keeping it alive, and no attack opportunity for Chillicothe.
By far our most competitive set here. It's been a little bit back and forth. Huddleston's been solid defensively for Chillicothe as well back there in the back row.
Kinsley Batson sends it away. Whitty the bump, free ball Wade. Wade into the back corner. Wade putting it in no man's land. Back and forth we go. Chillicothe now in front.
That's what I was talking about Wade. I kind of like her feel for the game. She does a lot of different things for the Lady Cavs.
Hammond lining up her serve. Batson the set at the net to Watson, dug up by Wade. McAllister free ball. Batson will set it up again. Here's Grubbs, far side. Grubbs fires it in there. Answers right back.
Yeah, great swing. Give Watson a lot of credit, Carson. Her ability to go in the middle really held that block an extra count and gives Grubbs a little bit of more of an open opportunity to swing.
Beam lost it over on the serve. Whitty the set, Whalen down the middle off the block, dug up by Batson. Now Puckett, Spetnagel the free ball, dug up McAllister. Stone King far side. Batson the set, Spetnagel down the middle. Chillicothe recovering, free ball, Stone King. Beam the dig, Batson the set. Here's Anderson on the attack, too long.
Right idea, just a little long there. And Carson, it's been back and forth here with a lot of lead changes, a lot of ties over the last 8 or 9 serves. You just feel like it's going to take someone at the service line to go on a run.
Batson the set for Watson down the middle, blocked, and down Emma Whalen. Standing tall at the net, gets in front of the attack from Watson.
Yeah, great play there, just the ability to go up and get the 2 hands out over the net there. Well done.
Cavaliers in front by 2. Whitty the serve. Batson sets one up. Spetnagel with 2 hands. Nice play by Hammond to keep it alive, and the free ball by Whitty. Wow. Batson to Grubbs. Grubbs fires it in for a kill.
Wow, that was athletic. I never thought she'd get to that ball. And once she left her feet, just the presence of mind and the athleticism to just change the pace of the shot. That was athletic.
A great effort by Chillicothe to even keep the play alive. Unioto winning that volley there. Free ball from Stone King. Batson sets one up. Here's Dennis with 1 hand. Dennis keeps it alive after the block. Hammond the free ball. Dug up by Batson. Now Grubbs, and a collision there between Grubbs and Kepler. Shane, we've been making baseball, softball references all night. That's a situation where one of them's got to call it.
Yeah, well, the first issue is you got to get your setter called off. She can't take that first ball. Someone's got to call her off loud and immediately and get her pushed to the net.
14-12 Chillicothe. Here's the serve from McAllister. Kinsley bats in the set. Charlotte Dennis fires it in there. McAllister sets one up. Stone King blocked by Dennis. Anderson on the attack, blocked and down. Libby Anderson splits the Chillicothe defense, comes up with the kill.
Yeah, Anderson having a nice third set out of the strong side here, and right when you think Chillicothe is going to be the team to maybe pull out in front a little bit, back comes Unioto.
And that serve just missing wide to the left from Kara Spetnagel. 15-13 Chillicothe.
Great opportunity for Chillicothe here. 15-13, you're up 2. Hammond back to the front row. If you're Unioto, you got to be able to go on the attack. You can't send free ball back over, but they can go to her in rhythm.
Batson sets one up at the net. Dennis blocked. And a net violation against the Shermans.
Yeah, no touch, so the ball into the net coming back results in the 4th contact.
Cavaliers trying to pull away. Here's Josie Huddleston to serve. Serve receive, Puckett. No response from Unioto. It's a service ace for Josie Huddleston. Timeout, Unioto. You can sense Chillicothe starting to pull away now, trying to finish out this 3rd set.
I'd like the defensive effort of Huddleston. Now back to the service line. Serves one a little tough there, and again, you just felt like once Chillicothe survived a few of those rotations, Hammond comes to the front row. This is a serious go time for the Lady Cavs. If you're Unioto, you got to regroup. Still a long way to go here in this 3rd set. Starts with a good serve receive on target. You have plenty of options offensively. You got to come back and stop this bleeding and get the serve back immediately.
Shane, we've been referencing our softball coverage of Chillicothe last spring. What a game we had there over at the VA. But something else I wanted to mention, since we got Unioto and Chillicothe back, they might have played in the best softball game I've ever covered in that district semifinal over at Logan, a 4-2 win for the Shermans. There's a lot of softball players in this Chillicothe program. I'm sure that's still on their minds when they took the floor tonight.
Oh, I think all of that stuff is. These kids have grown up playing against each other. That's what makes it the nearby rival, makes it so fun. And then obviously the atmosphere is kind of the icing on the cake.
Huddleston serving a little too much firepower off the flat-footed serve.
Nothing else, just the timeout maybe freezes the server just a little bit. Ball back to Unioto. Good opportunity for the purple and gold.
Anderson sends it over for the Shermans. Huddleston to receive. Wade the set. Hammond, the attack blocked, kept alive by McAllister. Hammond will try again. Bats in the set to Dennis over the middle, dug up by Hammond. Whitty, the set. Here's Wade near side, got a piece of the net. Batson sets one up to Dennis. Dennis fires it into the back line for a Unioto kill.
Yeah, good vision. Saw the opening. Able to get the hand spread wide and kind of cheat it as far as you can in terms of directing that ball into the spot.
Shermans have it within 2. Wade sets one up. Hammond dug up by Avery Adkins. Batson, the set to Grubbs. Nice play by McAllister for the dig. Hammond on the free ball. Just got to the edge of the net, but couldn't get it over. Sherman's now back within 1.
Yeah, out of the timeout. Nice response here. Down 4. Come out of the timeout, score 3 straight.
Wade will set one up. Here's Blankenship over the middle, dug up by Puckett. Now Dennis blocked on the attack, kept alive though. Dennis will try again, the soft touch blocked. Denied by Evelyn Hammond. That's one way to stop a run.
Nice job by Chillicothe, really defensively all the way across the net, challenging every single swing and then coming up with the block for a point.
18-16 Chillicothe, Sydney Wade the serve. Batson tracking, free ball Grubbs. Whitty the set down the middle, goes Hammond. Hammond launches it back there for the kill.
Yeah, great timing, great angle. Even got the hitter going in front of her. Kind of paused to the block, and then that's just free swing there, and that's obviously going to work in her favor more times than not.
Cavaliers up by 3, a service error from Sydney Wade.
Yeah, you can see the frustration of Wade. She knows she let one get away there, but again, Chillicothe still up 2.
Kylie Puckett now to serve, and right back to Chillicothe after the service error from Kylie Puckett.
Yeah, back and forth, crucial mistake there. Now if you're Chillicothe, this is the last rotation here coming up. You want to really take advantage.
Batson the set for Watson, kept alive by Blankenship, but Watson cashes in for a kill, keeps it within 2.
Yeah, when Batson's in the front row and they got a little room to run some of the slides in action, Unioto's had some success with it. Now Batson will serve to go to the back row.
Wade the reception. Whitty the set for Hammond, denied. Watson and Grubbs both going up at the net, denying the attack of Evelyn Hammond.
Much better job of recognizing that she's going to hit out of the right side on that first ball. Watson and Grubbs there to put up the big block.
Cavaliers lead down to 20-19. Batson, the lofty serve, doesn't clear the net.
Now Hammond will go to the back row.
Been really impressed with the serve game from Evelyn Hammond tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and again, she can impact in a lot of different ways. But a great opportunity here if Unioto can win this point to get back to within 1. They're going to have some advantages at the net.
Hammond goes right back into the net. Starting to see in the latter stages of this third set, the service game proving costly on both sides.
Yeah, and a little bit of that, physical fatigue, mental fatigue, great atmosphere. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you just mishit it.
Grubbs sends it away, and right on cue. Grubbs missing on the serve. Sends it back to Chillicothe.
These are obviously things both teams have got to clean up moving down the road, especially in some of the top end of their conference games where both teams are going to be hoping to be in the mix for conference championships.
Whitty, a lofty serve. Batson, the set. Spetnagel dug up by Whitty, but Chillicothe can't keep it alive from there.
Both teams just won't go away. We need someone to make them play down the stretch. Obviously, this third set tied 1-1. Going to play a big factor in the match.
Abigail Watson lost it over on the serve, just misses wide left. Cavaliers 2 points away from taking a 2-1 set lead.
I believe that's 6 service errors here from Unioto in the set.
McAllister the serve for Chillicothe. There's Dennis on the runner, kept alive by Whitty. Diving Hammond can't get there. There goes a kill from Charlotte Dennis. It was a great effort by Dennis to charge up to the net, just get it over, make Chillicothe think about it. Ultimately, no answer. Whitty sets one up. Here's Stone King, launches a little too long. And just like that, we're knotted up at 23.
Yeah, nice job from Unioto coming out of that last time out. They able to close the gap, and with all the service errors, they've been able to play around with some mistakes. And this is a lot of fun here, Carson. 23 all. You're coming out of a timeout. You're basically going to play the 2, right? And someone's going to go up 2-1 in the match, and so not a lot of room for error. You got to come out and execute. And let's see if Chillicothe can get a pass on target and get someone to swing.
Even with what you just mentioned about the mishaps in the service game for Unioto, how have the Shermans stayed alive in this third set?
Just effort and grit. I like their effort on the defensive end. They've been able to keep the ball off the floor a little bit. Not all the volleyball's been real pretty at times, but they've just competed a little bit harder and they've stayed with it. Obviously, Chillicothe's had their share of mistakes as well. Both teams have really served pretty sloppy this particular set. But look, here you are, 23-all, anybody's ball game, and let's see who can make a play here to play out in front.
The freshman, Kara Spetnagel, goes to the service line, sends it away for Unioto. Wade, the set, Blankenship, far side, dug up Anderson. Batson, the set, grubs down the middle into the net. Blankenship elevates to alter the attack. Now set point for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, going to go back to Huddleston, I believe, here in this spot to serve.
24-23, Josie Huddleston to win the second set for Chillicothe. Batson to Dennis, near side. Dennis misses. And Chillicothe takes the back and forth third set. They take a 2-1 set lead, and the Cavaliers will look to win it as we go to set number 4. What a back and forth set, Shane.
Hey, it really was. And you know, one thing we talked about in our preseason coverage of volleyball is sometimes you just got to mess up less than the opponent in this rally scoring, and both teams certainly don't doubt their effort. I know both would like to clean it up a little bit, play a little bit more efficiently, but sometimes you just got to go gut check and figure out how to score 2 more points than the other team. That's what Chillicothe does there in the end to go up 2-1.
We'll step aside, come back for the 4th set. Chillicothe trying to win it. They lead Unioto 2-1. You're watching the Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the hometown advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly, or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
Chillicothe and Unioto, our Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System. When it comes to your health, think Holzer first. Carson Francis and Shayne Combs back with you. Chillicothe looking to close this one out. They have a 2-1 set lead on Unioto. A great third set all around.
Yeah, it was good from a competition standpoint. Obviously, the volleyball got a little sloppy, but the point I was making before we went to break there, Carson, is sometimes you just got to figure it out on that night. You know, sometimes you don't have your A game, and the opponent's coming at you, and they're working hard too, and you just got to figure out a way to survive and get yourself in a position to win. Unioto comes out and wins that first set. Chillicothe didn't have a whole lot of momentum. I just liked how Chillicothe started to find a little bit more energy, a little bit more effort in that second set, and it's really kind of carried them through the second and third set, and they found a way there, and here they are at 2-1. Now it's Unioto's turn to respond. You're playing on your home court, but you got to come back and answer that call a little bit and see if you can match that.
If you're Coach Hammond, what are you telling your team as they try and go win this game here in the 4th set?
Urgency. You got to play every point. You can't come out and settle into these particular sets. Right from the get-go, you know, hey, let's win the first serve. You got to win this next point. So you can't give away opportunities because, as you see in that last set, it comes down to a 25-23 finish. I've said it all night. I think these first 3 rotations really important to the success of Chillicothe.
Josie Huddleston's had a great night serving. She sends it away for Chillicothe. 4th set underway. Dennis dumps it over. Huddleston digs it up. Here's Hammond on the attack. Hammond slamming it home.
That's what we're talking about. I mean, when you have that type of weapon in the front row, you immediately have some advantages when the ball gets into play here. So it's all about being solid in the service game.
Now Huddleston gets it away. Unioto has nothing after that. A service ace for Josie Huddleston.
Nice start here for Chillicothe. Let's see if they can run with it a little bit more.
Huddleston will serve it again. Over past Hammond, throws it down with two hands. Chillicothe not missing a beat from the end of that third set. They're up 3-0 here in the fourth.
I'd like the efficiency of Huddleston throughout the night as a passer and now a server. And then I put the jinx on her. I'll go and take the blame on that one, Carson.
Shane, I think if anybody's proven that the announcer jinx is in fact real, I think it's both you and I.
I'll give my public apology to Josie there.
Libby Anderson with the first serve of the set for Unioto. Here's Wade trying to set one up for Hammond, a little offline.
Good response here for Unioto as they try to move Hammond across the front row here.
Anderson to serve it away again. Wade sets one up at the net for Hammond, and it got a piece of the antenna. Well, back-to-back miscues on the set from Chillicothe.
Yeah, you just those are opportunities you're taking away for her to swing. A couple ball handling mistakes, now even at 3.
Wade sets one up here, a Blankenship. Dug up, Adkins now Grubbs on the attack. Whitty, the set, here's Hammond, far side, Hammond connects in the back corner.
Yeah, well done. Just so long and athletic, and then the volleyball IQ, the good vision.
Sydney Wade goes back to serve. Line drive serve, Adkins the reception, Batson the set, Grubbs on the attack, misses.
Yeah, good opportunity there on the swing, just about a half count late on the timing, and as a result, got a little bit behind the ball instead of on top of it.
Wade will serve it again, just missing a little long.
So far in the serve receive, they've been staying away from McAllister. Let's see if they continue to do that.
Whitty dumps it over with one hand. Batson sets one up, Grubbs the free ball, dug up by Wade. Whitty the set, Hammond down the middle, blocked, kept alive by Blankenship. Now Hammond will try again, lost it over, dug up in the back by Adkins. Batson the set to Grubbs, Hammond the dig. Whitty back to Hammond, Hammond back corner, Adkins the dig again. Batson the set to Grubbs, throws it down, and Chillicothe has no return. Extended volley won by the Shermans. Corey Grubbs finishes it off.
Yeah, good defense there from Unioto. Give Atkins a lot of credit. Give Puckett a lot of credit. You know, Hammond swinging away at him there, and they're able to keep the ball off the floor.
Puckett the serve. Whitty sets one up to Hammond, gets it over with two hands. Batson the set, Watson on the runner, blocked. Hammond says, not today.
Yeah, good defensive play. Chillicothe gives away an offensive opportunity. One of the rare times Whitty and Hammond not on the same page, but Hammond comes back with a defensive effort for the block.
Blankenship the serve for the Cavaliers. Batson, Grubbs down the middle, dug up Huddleston. Now Whitty the set, Whalen blocked, kept alive Whitty. Wade sets one up, Hammond blocked, but stuffed into the net. Back-to-back block tools for kills from Evelyn Hammond.
Good, powerful swing. Watson was there, just couldn't quite get the hands out over top of the net.
Blankenship the serve again. Batson sets one up, Watson down the middle, dug up by Wade. Whitty sets one up, Hammond off the tip. Puckett, Grubbs, now Batson the free ball. Whitty sets one up. Here's Hammond again, blocked, but it lands just out of bounds.
Yeah, just you get the free ball there and allow Chillicothe to go in perfect rhythm and get Hammond to swing. So tough to defend. You got to send something out at them back in the corner. You got to push it somewhere. It makes it tough to get on the attack.
Overpass recovered by Huddleston. Now Hammond again through the block. 4 straight kills for Evelyn Hammond. And Chillicothe leads by 4. Timeout Unioto.
Carson, I love the communication from Huddleston there. You see how she pushed her setter to the net. She came up and took complete control with the free ball coming over. And as a result, Chillicothe was able to go in rhythm, and they were able to go really quick, give Hammond a swing.
4 straight kills from Evelyn Hammond. She's really taking control of this match.
Yeah, no question about it. Let's see, I think it's unofficially now 21, I think is what I have. But she's just really come on, getting stronger as the night goes. And we talked about those rotations across the front. Unioto's got to try to offset those. Here in the last couple sets, they haven't been able to do that. And as a result, Chillicothe started to flip the match in its favor.
Unioto looking to respond. They trailed big in that first set against Logan Elm. After the set was over, they responded, won the next 3 to take a 4-set win. They'll need to go the distance if they want to take this one. No better time to start a run than now. Blankenship to serve out of the timeout into the net.
Been a theme on the evening for both teams, really. The overall service game's been pretty average at best. It's lacked some efficiency on both sides.
Batson, the jump serve. Whitty sets one up. Here's Hammond near side, dug up by Batson into the rafters. Puckett keeps it alive, free ball. Grubbs gets it over, dug up Huddleston. Wade, the set to Hammond. Hammond just missing wide.
Yeah, she'd like to have that one back. It was exactly the right shot. She had a far more room to play with than she realized. Maybe tried to get a little too perfect.
Batson misfires on the serve. Again, the service from Unioto continuing to cost them. Hammond lines up her serve, sends it away. Spetnagel, the set. Kara Spetnagel near side, kept alive by the Cavaliers. Stone King, the free ball misses.
Stone King hasn't had as many opportunities here recently to swing.
Chillicothe, Erica Beam to serve for Unioto. A lofty serve, and it goes for an ace. Erica Beam puts Unioto within 1.
Just the type of lift they need from the service line we're talked about. They've been a little bit sloppy throughout the evening. They could really use someone come in and steady them up and maybe even spark them with it.
Beam to serve it again. Wade the reception. Whitty sets one up for Stone King. Stone King over the block and down.
Yeah, way better. As I said, she got in a nice rhythm earlier and hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities since. It's her 5th kill on the evening. That was a nice swing for the sophomore on the outside.
Whitty the serve. Overpass. Whalen tossing it down. Play still going, but it doesn't matter. Chillicothe takes it after the heads-up play from Emma Whalen. Nice read on the overpass. Whitty to serve once again. Batson sets one up. Watson, far side, blocked. Chillicothe trying to keep it alive, but they can't do it. Abigail Watson fires in there for a kill.
Yeah, nice job from Watson. Unioto's still right there. They got to find a little bit of a spark, see if they can get their crowd back into it.
Ketley Kepler, line drive serve. McAllister receives it. Here's Wade on the far side, denied, but dug up by McAllister. Wade will try again. The soft touch, bats in the dig. There's Anderson with two hands, dug up by Whitty. Battle at the net. Wade trying to keep it alive. Doesn't matter.
Again, sloppy ball handling there in communication. Unioto's a great opportunity now to get even.
Kepler the serve. Stone King sets one up, free ball. And Wade would have been out of bounds anyway. Tied up at 12, and Leslie Hammond now wants a timeout to talk it over.
I like the timeout here. Take it early. She started to feel the momentum slip a little bit. They had opened up a little bit of an advantage there. They were up 10-7, and then you could see some unforced errors getting Unioto back in it. But if you're Unioto, looking to some of their bench, some of their older kids, Beam comes in with the ace there. You just need something on the service line that can settle you in. A little bit more efficiency, get the ball in play. See if you can't win some of these points. Hammond coming across the back row. She actually subbed out this time to get a little bit of a break. I know she was battling an injury earlier in the year. I don't know if that was just a break here as we're into the fourth set across the back row. You assume she'll be right back when she comes back to the front row.
Unioto ties it up at 12. The service game has been a costly factor for the Shermans. What a great opportunity to make things right. Kepler sends it away. McAllister sets one up. Wade lost it over. Wade misses wide right. And the Shermans now back in front here in the fourth set.
Yeah, Willow Weaver is the sophomore in serve receive there, playing in that spot that I referenced with Hammond.
Whitty sets one up. Stone King down the middle into the net.
Nice response here from Unioto. Again, we've complimented that all night. We haven't doubted anybody's effort or competitive juice, even though the volleyball hasn't been the greatest. Both teams playing really hard.
Whitty will set one up. Stone King down the middle, tosses it over. Batson sets one up. Here's Grubbs down the middle. Grubbs connecting right down Broadway.
Yeah, right out of the back row. Grubbs starting to put together quite an evening. She's been good in the all-around game. 12 kills on the evening.
Hammond back in for Chillicothe, replacing Willow Weaver. Hammond, the receiver of that serve. Whitty sets one up for Hammond. Hammond fires it over, and no receive from Unioto. The Evelyn Hammond effect.
Yeah, that's big. Comes right back and impacts it with a swing from the back row to kind of somewhat stop the bleeding.
McAllister, the serve for Chillicothe, bats in the set. Dennis near side, dug up by McAllister. Stone King keeps it alive. Here's Hammond on the attack. Now bats in the set. Free ball, Spetnagel, dig by McAllister. Now Hammond again the attack. Hammond just misses.
And if you're Unioto, you just want to keep the pressure on with your service game. Make it a little difficult for Chillicothe to get an attack.
Whitty sets one up. Here's Wade down the middle into the net. Don't know if Dennis got a piece of that at all, but her size altering the attack from Wade.
Yeah, no question. Had both hands up there and plenty of time, giving the hitter something to look at.
Spetnagel again the serve, caught a piece of the net and clears. Now Batson dumps it over, dug up McAllister. There's Stone King far side, dug up by Puckett. Now Anderson on the attack, blocked, kept alive, free ball Puckett, dug up McAllister. Now Wade will try again off the block. Batson, the set to Grubbs. McAllister the dig. Ball bounces around in the rafters and lands out of bounds. That's still a live ball, and it takes a Unioto bounce.
Yeah, playing pinball up there, as long as it's staying on the same side, you just got to try to stay down and ready and play it with the best reaction possible.
Spetnagel to serve. Unioto its largest lead of the set. Stone King on the attack, a misfire.
What an incredible run here from Unioto. The fought back was tied at 12. Now on a 7-1 run.
And that's going to be a service ace from Kara Spetnagel. The Tanks are rolling here in the fourth set as Leslie Hammond going to burn another timeout. And we will quickly take it with her. Shermans lead 20-13 here in the fourth set. You're watching the Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willey Son Trucking. Willey Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willey Son Trucking, each week at sosaohio.com.
Fourth set between Chillicothe and Unioto. The Cavaliers have a 2-1 set lead, but Unioto looking to force a race to 15. They lead 20-13 here in the fourth set. Shayne, Unioto's had all the energy here in this fourth set. It's shifted back to the purple and gold.
Yeah, give them credit. They were down 10-7 here facing elimination, down 11-9. When they got it tied 12-12, you just didn't know which way this thing was going to go, but it's been all Unioto on the 8-1 run, and now Spetnagel will continue to serve. Going to have a sub there on the Chillicothe side, was the extra delay.
Braden Smith, the senior, checks in for Kendall Stone King. As Woody sets one up, Blankenship far side, denied by Charlotte Dennis. She's been a menace at the net.
Yeah, no question. Obviously so long and athletic, and when she really engages there at the net, we know about the swing, Carson, but her size and her athleticism also impacts it defensively.
21-13 Unioto, and a service ace from Kara Spetnagel.
Yeah, that's her third of the night here, and picking out some different spots there in the CHS serve receive, and if she's able to hit her spots, she's been pretty successful.
Woody the set, Hammond from the back row, dug up Libby Anderson. Bats in the set, back to Dennis, off the block and in. Dennis continuing her hot streak. Unioto 2 points away from forcing a fifth set.
And this is what we were talking about way back in the pre-match. If you're just joining us, Hammond getting stuck in the back row. Chillicothe just not really having a put-away swing.
Free ball, Blankenship just misses. Set point for the Shermans.
Talked about Unioto needing some efficiency in the service game. How about going to the rookie to get it?
Spetnagel to serve on set point into the net. Cavaliers stay alive.
I did it again. I'm 2 for 2 on the Jinx tonight, Carson.
Braden Smith will serve for the first time tonight. Still set point for Unioto. Smith's serve is long, and we're going to a fifth set here at Camp Sherman. 25-14, Unioto takes the fourth set. We'll have a race to 15 when we return. Buckle up, we've got a good one. You're watching the Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glo Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glo Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glo Fiber, simply brilliant.
We'll have a race to 15 to decide a winner here at Unioto. Chillicothe and Unioto knotted up at 2 sets apiece, a 25-14 fourth set win to keep Unioto alive in the match. Carson Francis and Shayne Combs with you in our Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week. Shayne, this is everything we could have wanted, and Unioto keeps us going. We're going to have a great finish to this one.
Well, you love the back and forth competition. You know, Unioto comes out with the home crowd, and they really roll there in that first set. It was really all Shermans, 25-13, and then give Chillicothe credit. They punch right back, and they take off in the second set, and they were equally dominant. The third set was the coin flip set. Wasn't the prettiest volleyball. Chillicothe was able to find a way right there at the end to pull out the 25-23. Chillicothe up 3 about halfway through this fourth set. You think they're going to have a chance to win it in 4 and give Unioto credit. Then it was their turn to fight back, and they explode. What was a 12-12 tie at one point ends up in a 25-14 Unioto win. So that was fun. Let's play a fifth.
And you definitely, you know, I wouldn't have said that you were wrong if you had said when Chillicothe got out to that early 3-0 lead that this is going to be where they took the set, ran away with it, and ended things. But Unioto, give credit to them. They stayed together, stayed resilient. And we're going to play to 15 here in the fifth.
Nothing changes either. Even more so, more urgency in these first 3 rotations when you consider you're only going to 15. We watched it there in that fourth set. Hammond got stuck in the back row and really limited the attack of the Lady Cavaliers. Hammond working on a 22-kill night. And as a result, Dennis and Grubbs really got it going here in the second half of this match. And it's really anybody's ball game. Should be a good one.
Josie Huddleston sends it away. The race to 15 is on. There's a free ball. Libby Anderson dug up Whitty. Now Wade the set. Blankenship the free ball. Adkins bats in. Dennis throws it down.
Nice start here for Unioto. Batson and Dennis getting on the same page there, and Dennis has really come alive here late in the match.
Libby Anderson to serve for the Shermans. Blankenship the set. Hammond tosses it over with 2 hands. Batson the set. Grubbs dug up Whitty. Now Hammond on the attack. Batson the set. Dennis tosses it down. Dug up by Whitty. Hammond will try again. Hammond off the block. Now Batson the set. Dennis gets it over. Wade the dig. Here's Hammond on the attack. Hammond dug up Puckett. Now Grubbs on the runner. Grubbs misses long. 1-all.
Yeah, great volleyball back and forth. Hammond finally gets a swing and Puckett's there, and then that time, Dennis just gets stuck at the net with her setter right behind her, ready to take the ball, and as a result, ends up tied at 1.
Sydney Wade back at the service line for the Lady Cavs. Batson to Dennis. Dug up by Wade. Whitty the set. Here's Hammond far side. Puckett the dig. Batson keeps it alive. Free ball Grubbs. Is Whitty the set. Hammond down the middle. Puckett another dig.
Puckett's been really good here.
Grubbs a free ball. Blankenship the dig. Hammond on the attack again. Lost it over wide left.
Put a little star next to that Puckett defensive effort here, keeping the big swing off the floor, and then leads to the hitting error. Well done by the Unioto libero.
Puckett now to serve. 2-1 Shermans. Here's Hammond on the attack, far side, dug up by Grubbs. Now Grubbs on the attack, slams it into the net. Blankenship and Whitty standing tall.
Great effort for both teams here. The energy in here going to really help these teams down the stretch prepare for conference play.
Blankenship the serve, a line drive serve, and it's going to go for an ace.
Nice lift there from Blankenship.
3-2 Cavaliers. Blankenship the serve again. Back-to-back aces from the junior Kiera Blankenship. Chillicothe doubles up the Shermans.
Yeah, how about this lift here? Hasn't had a lot of opportunity at the service line. Goes back there, and in a fifth set, back-to-back aces.
Blankenship again. Batson. The set, here's Grubbs. Grubbs answers right back for Unioto.
That's what you love. You love your best players not being afraid of the moment. Go ahead and swing away, and Grubbs able to do that there to get that third point on the board and get Blankenship off the service line.
Batson to serve. Whitty, the set, here's Hammond near side into the net. Just like that, we're tied back up at 4.
Unioto's got to be aware of Hammond once again here. Going to hit out of that right side on the first ball over.
Whitty keeps it alive. Free ball, McAllister. Batson, the set, Spetnagel off the block, and it goes down for a Unioto point.
Now they got a little...
Gonna have a little conference here. Chillicothe thinks it's theirs.
They're gonna call it in here. Obviously, awfully loud in here. Better to get together and get this one right. This is a big point here. Somebody's gonna go up.
Coach Patterson said that Chillicothe touched it. Obviously, the Cavaliers think it was off of Unioto.
Hey, we might get my favorite volleyball play, the old jump ball do-over, right? Huh. Like my brother Matt and I in the backyard, when we couldn't agree on the call, we just do it over.
And it goes to Chillicothe. I'll say the Shermans were the last to touch it. The Cavaliers go up 1, 5-4. Both student sections on their feet. Evelyn Hammond the serve. Ball kicks up in the rafters, and it takes a Chillicothe bounce for an ace.
In all seriousness, Carson, when you get some of those plays in volleyball, there's such momentum swing. You got to go next play here. Unioto's got to respond immediately. They got Hammond in the back row. If they can get her off the service line here, they got some options at the net.
Batson sets one up. Spetnagel free ball. Wade the dig, Whitty, the set, Whalen down the middle, Whalen connects in the back row.
Yeah, what a great swing there when they needed her most. Good timeout here. Doesn't do you any good to hold on to them too long if the thing gets away from you. Use it early to where you get your kids calmed down. It's all about a serve receive here. And as I said, if you could get it passed on target, you have some options at the net that will favor you. But if you're unable to pass it on target and you free ball it over, obviously Chillicothe is going to come back on the attack, and that's what happened there.
Chillicothe just a little under halfway to 15, looking to close this one out, and obviously you know who they're going to try and dial up as much as they can. Their senior hitter, Evelyn Hammond.
Well, no doubt about it, but keep in mind, she's on the service line, which means she's going to spend some time in the back row here. That's where the fourth set flipped in Unioto's advantage. Let's see how the two teams react here in the fifth set.
Hammond lines it up, sends it away. Batson tracks it down. The set, Grubbs lost it over, dug up McAllister. Wade, the set, Whitty on the attack, Anderson the dig, Batson, the set, Spetnagel gets it over. Now Wade to Stone King into the back corner. And they'll credit the Unioto point. Chillicothe not in agreement at all. They said it hit the back judge's foot. A lot of fired up Cavalier fans in attendance voicing their disagreement.
Obviously a close one here. And again, just as I said with Unioto a second ago, now Chillicothe can't worry about it. They got to go next play.
7-5 Cavaliers. Stone King on the attack. Kendall Stone King says ball don't lie.
Well, you love the answer from the sophomore. Again, you got to go next play. You know, tight calls are a part of every sport. That one didn't go your way. I love that the sophomore comes right back and swings again.
Eight to 5 Cavaliers. Whitty lost it over for the serve. Batson the set. Watson down the middle. Dug up Wade. Now Stone King on the attack. Dug up Grubbs. Now Batson the set. Here's Anderson down the near side.
Big swing for Anderson. She's giving him some offense on the outside too. 7 kills on the evening is what I have her for.
8-6 Chillicothe. Ketley Kepler back to serve for Unioto. Line drive, serve, it goes for an ace once again. Ketley Kepler. Been very efficient from the service line tonight. And ace puts it back within 1.
That's her 4th. Remember, she had 3 back in the first set, and she had a couple get away from her. Good time to find it again.
There's Wade on the attack, through the block and in. Sydney Wade won't back down. Stands up to the block and knocks it through.
Yeah, Wade using a little size advantage on the down the line. Stay away from the middle hitter and go down the line.
Campbell McAllister to serve. Batson, the set, Spetnagel with 2 hands. Dug up by Wade, Whitty, the set, Stone King far side, into the net. A kill for Kendall Stone King. 10-7, Chillicothe leads, timeout Unioto.
Yeah, I really like Stone King on the outside, how she stayed with it. Sometimes she gets stuck at the net, which is common with a lot of young hitters, Carson. When she gets off there and gets the approach, that young lady can really get off the floor and swing. And again, her best volleyball's ahead of her. She's still fighting some efficiency issues and things like that as a young hitter. But man, when she turns it loose, she has a chance to really be that hitter that can help lift them opposite there of Hammond.
What a weekend it would make for Chillicothe Athletics to get a signature win on the football field just one night ago, to turn around, have the girls come out, get it done on the volleyball court. They're just 5 points away from making that happen.
Well, we talked about how in their respective conferences, Unioto wanting to challenge a Dean and try to take them down. Zane Trace is a name you hear a lot. You and I just watched Miami Trace over in the FAC. We know that's going to be another head-to-head battle. So both teams, bigger things ahead, but don't tell them that here in the next 10 minutes or so, because you know both teams would really like to get the bragging rights here.
10-7 Chillicothe looking to put it away. Campbell McAllister the serve. Batson the set to Dennis off the net. Dug up McAllister. Now Wade on the attack. Here's Kaylee Seaver tooling the block. Keeps Unioto within 2.
Yeah, clutch swing there, and coming back here within 2.
Spetnagel to serve it away. Chillicothe tracking Stone King, the bump. Free ball, Blankenship. Blankenship a little too long. Sherman's back within 1.
Nice response out of the timeout, down 10-7. Unioto comes out of the huddle and wins 2 straight.
Well, Spetnagel the serve. Hammond just gets it over. Batson, the set to Dennis down the middle, dug up Whitty. McAllister, the set, Stone King lost it. Batson, the set, Dennis blocked but kept alive. Dennis will try again, and this time she connects. Dennis ties it up at 10. Listen to this crowd roar.
Great effort for Dennis just to stay with it. Again, that size at the net just goes right up over the top. You know, Carson, you look back, we're tied at 1, tied at 2, tied at 7-4. Looked like Chillicothe was going to get out in front, forced Unioto to call timeout at 7-4, forced Unioto to call timeout again, 10-7. Now it's Unioto's turn to tie it at 10-10. Can Chillicothe accomplish the same thing with its timeout? Now 10-10. Coach Hammond going to bring the girls over, try to get them locked in. Again, these are the rotations that they've been stuck in a little bit tonight. Can Chillicothe survive them here and get Hammond back to the front row right around winning time? This is an important serve receive right here.
Knotted up at 10 in a race to 15. Kara Spetnagel will send it away for the Shermans. Whitty the set at the net. Stoking on the attack, blocked. Libby Anderson with the block for the kill. Sherman's back in the lead.
Yeah, what a big time defensive effort there. Chillicothe brought the coverage up a little bit, but give the block credit, able to angle the hands in and keep it in play.
Spetnagel, the serve again. Whitty, the set, Blankenship far side, through the block and down. Puckett trying to save it, but to no avail. Tied back up at 11 after the kill from Blankenship.
Yeah, clutch swing. Yet another tie. And now if you're Chillicothe, you're back to the rotation you want. You got Huddleston on the service line. Hammond back to the front row. If you're Unioto, got to get something on the attack.
Huddleston the serve. Batson sets one up for Dennis down the middle off the block. Dug up McAllister. Now Hammond on the attack. denied, but out of bounds.
Great defensive effort. The block gives the touch, allows Chillicothe back row to get it popped up, and then once they were able to do that, not a big secret where Whitty was going to go.
Huddleston sends it away. Here's Dennis on the attack, denied. Unioto keeping it alive. Anderson will try again. Anderson misses wide, and the Lady Cavs just 2 points away from a 5-set victory.
Again, starts with a good pass here. Got some options in the front row if you're Batson.
Batson sets one up to Dennis. Dennis, a soft touch. Whitty the dig. McAllister, free ball. Puckett, dig. Batson, set. Dennis, soft touch. Whitty again, an incredible effort. Hammond down with the kill. Hammond slams it home. Match point, Chillicothe.
Carson back-to-back great defensive efforts from Whitty on the tips from Dennis. As a result, Hammond gets to swing it away. And as you said, Chillicothe knocking on the door of the 5-set victory.
This Chillicothe crowd ready to erupt here in Unioto. Match point, Josie Huddleston the serve. Batson, the set, Anderson dumps it over. Anderson keeps the game alive.
Yeah, just got froze in the back row. Anderson dumps it in, and Chillicothe gives away a golden opportunity there. Pretty much a free ball. If you step up and pop it up to your setter, Hammond's going to get a swing on the outside to win it. Instead, Unioto survives one match point.
Libby Anderson the serve. Here's Wade with two hands, dug up Adkins. Batson, the set, Grubbs, blocked. Unioto trying to keep it alive. Adkins, the free ball, just gets it over. Whitty, the set, Hammond, dug up by Puckett into the stands, and that's your game. The Cavaliers take home a 5-set thriller.
What an unbelievable 5th set. Both teams really left it out there tonight. Carson, even when the volleyball wasn't the prettiest, I was so impressed with the ability of both teams to compete. Playing these types of matches is going to go a long way for these two teams as they chase some pretty lofty goals throughout the year.
13-25, 25-13, 25-23, 14-25, 15-12. Chillicothe goes the distance to knock off Unioto. They improve to 2-3 on the season. What an incredible match we got to see. What an incredible atmosphere. We'll take some time to talk about it when we come back. Chillicothe takes down Unioto in 5. You're watching the Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willey Son Trucking. Willey Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willey Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
Have you experienced simply brilliant fiber internet? Yeah, that's Glo Fiber. Lightning fast internet that keeps up with your busy life. A reliable fiber-to-the-home network whether you're working, learning, playing, or streaming. And best of all, Glo Fiber has real local support from real people who are happy to talk to you. And switch now for your first month free. Faster, more reliable fiber internet with real local support. Glo Fiber. Simply brilliant.
Strength, passion, determination. Every moment that moves you and every movement that drives you. When pain or injuries try to limit you, our orthopedic team at Holzer has the latest treatment options and robotic-assisted surgery with joint replacement, sports medicine, and therapies to keep you moving forward. Every movement, every step, every moment. Think Holzer first.
We welcome you back into Unioto High School, where we just witnessed a 5-set thriller between Chillicothe and Unioto in our Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week. It's the Cavaliers coming out on top in a 5-set thriller, 13-25, 25-13, 25-23, 14-25, 15-12 to win it in a 5-set match for the Cavaliers. Carson Francis and Shayne Combs back with you, Shayne, in our Kingston National Bank Game of the Week. Our Kingston National Bank Player of the Game award goes to Chillicothe's Evelyn Hammond.
Yeah, no doubt about it. She was terrific. Unofficially got her up around 25 kills. Had her involved in about 4 or 5 block plays. Some of those are tough from our angle to tell, you know, in terms of does she get a touch? Is it a 4 hit? But she was terrific. She just start to finish tonight, really swinging away and lifting her team. Thought she had some great supporting cast tonight. I want to just start down through the roster a little bit, Carson. I thought McAllister and Huddleston were both really good in the back row. And on a night where the volleyball got sloppy at times, I thought for the most part they extended some plays for Chillicothe. I thought Blankenship really added a couple key plays and some clutch spots. Really liked the emergence of Kendall Stone King. I can't wait to see her play 2-3 weeks from now. I think she's only going to get better and better. But all the way down through, and then the setter play of Wade and Whitty. Whitty even coming up with 2 elite defensive plays there late in the match to keep the ball off the floor. So start to finish for Chillicothe, no doubt about it, led by Hammond, but I think she'd be the first to tell you that her entire team really came together there late when they had to have each other and deliver.
And to talk about Chillicothe as a team, what wonders it'll do for their momentum and for them going forward the rest of the way, to come in here on a Saturday night, packed house in your rival's gym, and steal a win in 5 sets. That's going to go a long way for them down the road.
Well, it has to, because chances are you're going to be in a situation somewhere down the road. Maybe it's in your Miami Trace game. Maybe it's in a tournament game where you're going to get into a tough environment. You're going to be facing an opponent where maybe you have some bad matchups in a couple of those rotations, and you're going to be able to draw up on this experience when you're able to come together and make some plays. So, yeah, there's no doubt about it. They're going to learn from this. They're going to enjoy the win tonight, but this could certainly impact them in a positive way later.
And looking over at Unioto, obviously there are a lot of self-inflicted wounds, you could call it, that maybe cost them a chance to go win this game, maybe not even go to 5 sets, but also a lot to build off of going toe-to-toe with a team like Chillicothe.
It is, and I thought Unioto, I think they're taking baby steps in the direction that I want to see them go. I think their identity is going to be their ability to spread it around and have some depth in the attack. Grubb's up over double figures in kills. Dennis in double figures with kills. Watson around 5. Spetnagel with 6. Let's see. Anderson even delivered 7 or 8, depending on how you want to score one of them. So Batson, who, congratulations to her, the 1,000th assist of her career this evening, up over 40 plus on the night. She's going to have the opportunity to spread the ball around and do a lot of things. Puckett's going to give them some solid passing. Atkins some positive passing. I think what's going to happen for Coach Patterson, how does he start to sort some of the rotation out? He turned to Kepler, and she was able to deliver some runs of aces tonight. Erica Bean comes in with an ace. How are you going to utilize each piece and each specialty role so that you can start to put the puzzle together? And I think that will help them find a little bit more efficiency. I think both teams got sloppy at times tonight, but I thought it really hurt Unioto in some of those middle sets.
Yeah, and I want to really quickly go back to a point you made, talking about one more time Kinsley Batson, a terrific game for a terrific athlete, and what an accomplishment you get to have on your home floor to get your 1,000th assist. Certainly many more to come. She's had a great career so far, and as you were saying earlier when it happened, many more from here.
Yeah, no question about it. A lot of times in the day of the milestone, everybody's in a little different spot. Some people are playing in the 6-2. Some people playing the 5-1 attack. Some people are able to set from day one of their freshman year. Other kids have to wait to their junior year. With her getting to 1,000 this early in her junior year, I certainly think she's going to have plenty of milestones to go. 1,500 probably is on the table still this year. And then, as I said, I wouldn't rule out 2,000 somewhere late in her career.
Well, looking ahead for both these teams, league play on the horizon in each team's respective league. For Chillicothe, after improving to 2-3, snapping a 3-game losing skid, they travel to Washington Courthouse Tuesday night for a matchup with the Blue Lions to kick off their FAC slate. And then for Unioto, the gauntlet only continues from here. They are right back here Tuesday night when the Adena Warriors make the trip over.
Yeah, and that's why you don't have time to worry about this one either way. Look, it's a rivalry game. You wanted to win it. It was going to be emotional. It's going to be exciting if you win it. It's going to be devastating if you lose it. But let's face it, in terms of what Unioto's trying to go accomplish now in the Cider Valley Conference, that starts with Adena. It always has, and until someone proves different, it always will. And we'll be right back here, and a pleasure to call that one. But I can promise you this, even where Adena maybe will lack a little bit of an attack here or there, or maybe they're filling in some pieces of the puzzle, 9 chances out of 10, Adena is going to be efficient in the volleyball that they play. They're going to serve it well. They're going to receive it well. They're going to work hard defensively. And I think Unioto is going to have to really take a look at this film and figure out where can they limit the unforced errors. And if they can do that, I think they match up really well, and I think it'll be a competitive match.
Well, after this one wraps up, we'll give you a quick look at what's ahead in our coverage here on Sosa. Tomorrow evening, we'll have the Haynes Total Healthcare Coaches Call-In Show live from our Chillicothe Sports Cards studio. That one, I believe, will begin about 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. You can check that out live right here on our YouTube channel. Then early next week, Shayne, you and John Bruce will take us through Sosa Overtime presented by Perfection One. Always love watching your content there. You guys will talk about what's going on in high school sports around southern and southeast Ohio. And then for our live stream coverage, We had a loaded week this past week, but we got another really exciting slate coming up. Shayne, you mentioned we'll be right back here at Unioto on Tuesday as the Shermans take on Adina in the SVC opener. Thursday evening, John, Kenneth, and I are making the trip down to Valley for our first soccer stream of the year. The Valley Indians hosting Mitford in a girls-boys doubleheader. The girls at 5, the boys at 7. And then Friday night, our Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week takes us to Circleville as the Tigers host Westfall in a Pickaway County rivalry matchup.
Yeah, looking forward to spreading out and getting to see a lot of different teams, and can't wait to watch you guys on the soccer as well. Sosa, we're just constantly trying to spread out, try some different things, and cover more and more kids, more and more programs. Should be an exciting week.
And this is all made possible by all of our sponsors for supporting everything we do here at Sosa, including our new title sponsor in Holzer Health System. When it comes to your health, think Holzer first. One final time from here at Unioto, the Cavaliers go the distance and take the match in 5 sets against the Shermans. From John Bruce and Shayne Combs, I'm Carson Francis. We thank you for tuning in to the Kingston National Bank SVC Game of the Week here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Holzer Health System. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.